You are never too small to make a difference. As wisely said by climate activist Greta Thunberg, who rose in popularity after her school strike for climate movement in September of 2018. Greta refused to go to class and held a sign outside the Swedish parliament, which, if translated, says the following: School strike for climate.
She was 15 years old at this time, but in spite of her age, she had garnered international headlines within days after her protest.
She was 15 years old at this time, but in spite of her age, she had managed to grab the attention of numerous world leaders to whom she spoke out against.
She was 15 years old at this time, but in spite of her age, she had made an indelible mark in history. Just imagine what we can do if we had just a tiny bit of Greta within all of us. Wherein despite our place in society, where power is power, we too can make a difference.
Greta Thunberg, born in Sweden on January 3, 2003, is your most admired social media personality for this very reason.
Coming up is a 15-second clip of Greta Thunberg addressing the climate crisis during the 2019 UN Climate Action Summit.
Despite her somewhat small demeanor in comparison to the world leaders present in the summit, her nonverbal language has given her an indescribable sense of power, to which, in spite of her young age, made her dominate the podium. Her facial expressions, her hand movements, although slightly aggressive, were done purposefully in order to state her demands with authority.
Although some people find their speech to be subpar and many criticize her delivery, people forget to ask themselves the very thing they choose to ignore. Do they have the guts to be the change they want to see in the world? People forget the most important nonverbal language amongst other things: action.
She led the school strike for climate movement at 15. She raised awareness for Asperger's and inspired many kids with a disability that what makes them different is what makes them great. She wrote multiple books titled No One is Too Small to Make a Difference and The Climate Book, The Facts and Solutions.
Kids her age are often looked down upon, especially by figures of higher power, and her being who she is representing the youth of today remains to be an inspiration to many of us who are wrongly ignored and often demonized by our outrage.
She chose to do right by her words and became an influencer to many young minds, to which we'll find that we have many things to learn from kids her age. And most especially, we have many things to learn from you. Yes, you, the audience, as wisely said by Greta Thunberg, are not too small to make a difference. It starts with you.